The Clockmaker of Silent Harbor, English Story Level 5. Silent Harbor was a quiet seaside town where fog rolled in every morning like a soft blanket, muting the sound of waves and footsteps alike. In the heart of this misty town stood an ancient clock tower that chimed only once a year. People claimed its gears were enchanted, maintained by a mysterious clockmaker no one had seen for decades. Elira, a curious apprentice engineer, traveled to Silent Harbor hoping to uncover the secret behind the annual chime. When she arrived, she noticed that the clock tower's windows flickered with blue light at night. Though the townsfolk insisted the tower had been abandoned, they warned her not to approach it, saying the last person who tried was never the same again. Ignoring their warnings, Elira entered the tower after midnight. Inside, she found hundreds of floating gears spinning silently in the air. The walls were covered with shifting symbols that glowed with soft silver light. At the center of the tower stood an elderly man with crystalline eyes, adjusting a suspended gear with an invisible tool. The man introduced himself as Oren, the Clockmaker of Silent Harbor. He explained that the tower was not an ordinary timekeeper. It regulated the flow of time in the region, preventing distortions that could tear reality apart. Every year, the tower needed to reset, requiring a delicate chime that stabilized the temporal threads woven around the town. Oren had been bound to the tower by an ancient pact, giving him immortality as long as he protected the flow of time. But age weighed on his soul, and the tower had grown more unstable each year. Oren feared he wouldn't complete the next reset alone. Elira's arrival, he said, was no coincidence. The tower had called her. Before she could respond, the tower rumbled. The gears spun erratically, and strands of time, glittering lines of light snapped across the air like lightning. A rift opened in the center of the room, revealing distorted scenes of the town's past and future clashing violently. Oren shouted that they had only minutes to restore balance. Elira, guided by Oren's instructions, used her engineering skills to stabilize the floating gears. She aligned them quickly, matching their frequency to the tower's heartbeat. Meanwhile, Oren channeled time energy through his staff, weaving the fractured threads together. The rift shrank, but the effort drained the old clockmaker. With the final gear in place, Elira struck the tower's hidden bell with a crystalline hammer. The chime echoed through the fog, deeper and more resonant than any sound she had ever heard. Time settled instantly, the air shimmering as the threads rewove themselves. The tower grew still. Oren collapsed, his immortality fading. He smiled softly and passed the staff to Elira, naming her the new guardian of time. As he dissolved into particles of light, Elira felt the tower awaken around her, acknowledging its new caretaker. She accepted her destiny, knowing the responsibility would last a lifetime. From that day on, the people of Silent Harbor heard the tower chime not once a year, but whenever the flow of time needed guidance. They never saw Elira again, but they often glimpsed a faint blue glow within the tower, proof that the new clockmaker was watching over them.